Hi guys, today I'm playing Memoria, and in this game we follow the journey of William to overcome his depression and once again take another step forward in his life. It is a story from many that existed, but the stories were those that are left behind. Those who have left us will always be a part of yourself. While they are no longer with us, their existence is what has shaped you and their memories will live on with you. This is a story about Will. It is an old orphanage. While the building is old, it is well maintained and has been in use for many years. You can hear children playing around in the garden because it is free time for the children at the moment. Chloe's house. Inside the orphanage, you can see a woman, maybe in her 50s, looking with care at the children. The woman's name is Chloe, the caretaker of this orphanage. She is writing in a book which looks like to be her diary. A weak smile radiates from her face as she watches the children play through the window. It reminds her of her dearest children, Tim, William, and Anna. They used to play happily when they were a child, just like these kids. But her smile wanes as she thinks about them. Tim's is now a teacher. He helps out in the orphanage every now and then, whenever he is not busy with his teaching job. Then there is William, a troublesome child some years back, but now he is a very nice young man. Chloe flipped back on her diary, sees that it's been a year since she started the diary. It also means that it's been a year now since that day. She didn't mention Anna. Chloe has been writing in her diary to help her cope or something like that, so she has been writing in her diary ever since. Chloe is relieved that William seems to be back on his feet now, considering what he has been through. It was tough for Chloe and especially for William because of what happened to Chloe's eldest daughter. Anna. Did she pass away? I don't get the feeling that's what happened. A few months ago. This is an apartment that is not too expensive, but it gives great accommodation. It has quite many floors, but the floors that is relevant is floor 4. It seems that a new couple is moving onto this floor on room 410 who came bearing gifts for their next door neighbor. Knock knock. The couple tries to knock on room 409. The couple wait a while, but it looks like no one is home. So they try the other neighbor, room 411. Knock knock. Yeah, coming. Hello, we're moving into 410, so we are saying hi. We have a gift for you guys. Oh, hello. That is very kind of you. Thank you. By the way, is there any tenant in room 409? We tried to knock a few times, but no one came. Room 409? I think there are a couple living there. I rarely see them nowadays. Maybe both of them are still working outside? Ah, I see. Thank you for your time. I hope we can get along. Yeah, me too. Hope you guys like the place. Thanks once again for the gift. I see. Thank you for your time. I hope we can get along well. Check. The door closes. The couple looks at room 409. Maybe we'll try again tomorrow? Yes, let's do that. They're really nice. The couple then went on towards their apartment number and started unpacking their stuff. The new couple does not know is that while there is an occupant on room 409, the room is rarely in use now. Will is walking towards his home, but he suddenly stops and looks at the sky. The sky was cloudy and empty without any stars. The moon was hidden by the cloud. It seems as if the sky is mirroring what he feels at the moment. I don't want to go home. Will can only keep himself sane when he's working, because he can forget a lot of things when he drowns himself with work. Whenever he's not working, all the bottled emotion comes rushing back to him. Everything feels different ever since Anna left him. The night was going on as usual. Even if Will did not want the time to move, people went by, shopped, talked, just continuing on with their normal routine. Only Will was staying still in the street as if he was an empty shell. After a while, Will finally continued walking towards his apartment. Not long afterwards, Will found himself in front of his apartment number 409. His hands were shaking as if nearing the door handle. Will takes a deep breath. He's readying himself to open his apartment. Before he can do that, though, he's interrupted by the newly moved couple. Oh, hello there. You must be room 409 occupant. Hello, we just moved into room 410. We have a gift for you guys. Heard from our other neighbors that you are living with your wife, right? Will frowns when he hears that. He hates when someone reminds him of Anna. Even though his neighbor means no harm, his face shows that he's not happy at all. He just wants to quickly get into his room and sleep. Thanks, I'm tired right now, so goodbye. Will takes the gift and goes inside his apartment. Hope it did not bother him. He seems to be going through something rough. Probably. I hope everything's okay. The room is dark. Will goes inside, closes the door, and goes towards the living room without turning on the lights. The place is messy and not been cleaned in a while. Will only used this as a place to sleep, but since work was not as tiring today, he did not collapse like he usually would. So Will sits on the couch in the living room, hoping if he sits down, maybe he can sleep and forget everything. The room is so silent that he can probably hear a pin drop. Many months ago, this room would not have been this silent, because Anna will be cooking and watching TV. Anna will welcome Will home every day because she was always home first. Will feels like time is moving so slowly whenever he comes back home. He looks at the kitchen and reminisces about what it was like when Anna was still in his world. And Anna did pass away. I'm home. Welcome home. Will, how's your day? Well, it's okay, I guess. I got tipped by the client, so that's a plus. That's nice to hear. Anyway, what do you want to eat for today? And look at this, Chloe gave us lots of fruit. Anna. Will, who doesn't want to succumb to his sadness and is no longer able to bear the silence anymore, heads towards the door and leaves the apartment. Then he just starts walking away aimlessly. Will walks away from his apartment, hoping for the time to pass so he does not have to think or remember about anything. But every time he passes by some store he and Anna frequent, it will make him remember Anna even more. As he walks, Will catches a sweet smell he can never like. It is the smell of a bakery, a very nostalgic one. Will glances to his left. He sees a familiar bakery. It is the bakery that he and Anna frequently visit. Good morning, Auntie. Good morning, Auntie. Good morning, Anna. Will, welcome. Are you gonna buy the usual? Yes, please. I'm going to wait outside. You need to get used to the smell. It's just bread. He doesn't like the smell of bread. It's not bad. I'll go in with you when I have a cold or something. The store auntie prepares the usual that Anna bought and puts in an extra. Here you go. Thank you for the purchase. Wait, I didn't buy this one. Anna said, pointing at the extra bread in the plastic bags. It's for him. He doesn't like the smell of bread. Weird, right? He ate it just fine, though. I do not like the smell of bread. That's really, really weird. Oh, I've seen some customers like him, though I don't get what they don't like about the smell of freshly baked bread. But let's get him used to it. Someday, maybe the two of you will dine in here together. Or maybe have some of the other menu as well, not just the bread. Yeah, I hope so. And maybe someday I can tell him to get some bread by himself. Haha. Yeah, I guess you can do that too. Anyway, that one is on the house. Hope you continue by from time to time. Thank you so much, Auntie. After that lovely talk and getting an extra from the bakery, Anna leaves the bakery with a smile. She goes to Will, who is waiting outside. Are you done? Anna reaches into the plastic bag and gives the extra croissant that Auntie gives her and gives it to Will. Huh? I don't want this one. Didn't I tell you to buy the usual? It's an extra croissant from the auntie for you. It's a high quality croissant and it's free, so you better eat it. That's right. Croissants cost a lot. Fine, give it to me. I hope someday you'll be able to walk here alone. Get me some high quality croissants. Someday. What are you talking about? That was just a normal day. Anna loves her bread, but Will just does not like the smell, even though he can just eat it just fine. That should be one extremely forgettable memory of him and Anna walking together to get some bread, but he remembers, even though he doesn't want to. Will continues his walk, hoping that whatever memory about Anna or that bakery he has, he won't accidentally remember it again. As if to mock his desire to not remember, Will accidentally glances at a flower shop. Just like the bakery, this is one of the shops that he and Anna know. That day, Will and Anna were talking about a flower they both saw in the shop. Hey, Will, look. Why do I feel like we have seen that flower set before? Really? Well, it does seem familiar. Oh, I remember now. You've seen this in that book. What book? That book. The one that tells stories about, which one was that? The one with the flower in the cover. Come on. We read together in the library. Ugh, I still don't remember. Actually, never mind that. Let's just go. And then begins walking away without waiting for Will. Hey, Anna, wait for me. She's really angry that you don't remember. Will starts walking, following Anna. Anna walks past, but Will isn't still either. He doesn't want to lose her. But that was that day. Now I can remember this stuff. Will walks away from the store. Not long after walking away from the store, he sees a street painter. The street painter wasn't some random street painter. Usually when Will and Anna walk back to their apartment, Anna will make the painter draw something really stupid. Hey there, old great painter of the century. What do you want this time? The painter lets out a small sigh, knowing this customer is probably going to ask him something random again. Draw me something. Not again. Not again. You see, you got this high quality garlic that is of... The painter interrupts without letting Anna finish her sentence. That's just one painfully average garlic. What are you on about? Anna interrupts the painter back. It's a high quality garlic. Now draw it. I'd rather draw you lovebirds than those random requests. For the same price, of course. It better be a good drawing or else I'm not paying. The painter starts to draw the lovebirds. After a while, the painter's done with his work. I'm done. What do you think? I draw this with your chemistry and personality in mind. Couple is a frequent customer of the painter, so he has to fill up their personality from all those random requests that he has gotten in the past. This is just one painfully average painting of us. Anna, what do you think? Will glances at Anna. Anna doesn't say anything. She just hugs her big crochet rags and smiles. It doesn't have to be a massively made painting or professionally taken photo. It's just their picture. And at that point, it's already perfect. At least that's what Will thought when he saw her smile. Everything is making Will remember. So Will starts running. And the more he runs, the more he remembers. He doesn't want to remember anything. He keeps on running. His leg is tired. He's out of breath. But he keeps on running. He runs until he reaches one of the places that's so important to him, and his legs stop. This is the last place he would want to be right now. It's a tree, or more precisely, the tree where they became whole. The place that Will decided to take Anna that day was nothing special to anyone else but them. It was just a free garden in their city, but it was the place where Will finally got the courage to ask Anna to be his girlfriend a long time ago. They were very close since they were little, but Will finally voiced his feelings to Anna in this very garden. At this place, there's this one tree. The tree is not that unique. It's just one simple aspen tree. Its gold majestically amplifies the sunshine and of course beautiful. But that's just like any other aspen tree. There are many of them around this park. This one, at least for Will and Anna, is the most precious. You decided to come here when you told me it's going to be a great date? Could have gone anywhere else, you know. Well, this was where we went on our first date, so you get a pass. It's not a date, I didn't say that. You said that. Well, it is a date. Usually you drag me somewhere unimportant just to say something like cool or damn. this time, for some unknown reason, you didn't drag me and actually start by asking. That character development should have happened 20 years ago. What? I ask every now and then, right? Like every time I asked you to add 3 sugar cubes and not 4 to my coffee? Or when I ask you to open the window when bees get inside? And you never call a mistake a mistake. You call them unintentionally postponed successes. That's right. Just say what it is, Will. It is what it is. It's not a date. Ugh, okay. Right. So what are we even doing here? I don't know, maybe just sit down here for a while? We stay here for a while and no one said anything. They are not alone as there are many people in the park. But at that moment, everyone does not matter. It is as if they are the only ones there, and Will started a conversation that will make that day very special. Anna. What? You see, I've been sitting down here every now and then, because sitting here makes me think about a lot of things. Things like work, for example. At first, I would gladly do overtime and try to get promoted as quickly as possible. But nowadays, I don't have any motivation to do so. Even though I'm sure I'm nearing a promotion at work. I just leave at 5, a lot of times I can sit here before going home. So I've been thinking, if I work really, really hard and then get promoted, and then start working really, really hard again and then get promoted again, and then if possible someday I reach some kind of peak where I no longer need to do anything anymore and I just live off my years of hard work. That's good, right? Yeah, maybe, but if I don't enjoy it then what is the point? So I want to have some kind of purpose. If I have a purpose, then even laying down here is no longer pointless. What kind of purpose do you want? I don't know, to be honest, I don't have anything I really want to do. So you need to find something that you want. Yeah, I guess. In the past, I really wanted to work and get some money for myself, but now it's become like brushing my teeth. I just do it. I feel like we are just circling around now. What I'm saying is, I've been laying down here every day. If I think about it, I don't have any purpose. There's nothing I really want to do. So I just live a life with no purpose. That is just me alone. But if it's for other people, then maybe I'll find the purpose. So you want to live for other people? Yeah. So you want to become like a firefighter or something like that? No, not like that. Just one person is enough. So someone? Like who? Yeah, for you. If it's with you, I think I can find purpose. What? Huh? So like, you want to live it for me? What, is this a marriage proposal or something? It's not, I didn't say that, you said that. Well, what is it then? Yep, something that you have to say this kind of stuff purely, you know? Alright, you know that I'm kind of bad at this kind of thing, right? It is that you said. Anyway, I mean is, will you marry me, Anna? Will takes a ring from his pocket and shows it to Anna. Anna was surprised, but a little while after she let out a little laugh. See, you can do if you try, even though it's so uncool. My answer is yes. Of course, I'll marry you, Will. Will then puts the ring on Anna's finger. They hugged and kissed. Afterwards, they saw one another and laughed happily. That's not the start of their story. That's only one of many big milestones in their life. It starts raining. Will takes cover under the tree from the rain. He starts leaning on the tree as he sits. Under normal circumstances, he would start to think about many things. When should he get home? How would Anna greet him? What kind of food would be on the table? How low is the temperature on the AC? Should he increase it? Or just let Anna enjoy sitting on top of Mount Everest in their cramped apartment? However, now he doesn't want to think or remember any of that. He just closes his eyes. But it makes things worse. He remembers the worst day of his life. 1 year ago. Sometime after they get married, Anna was diagnosed with acute leukemia. Oh man. And she had been hospitalized for quite some time. After work, Will always rushes his way to the hospital. Hoping that Anna will be cured someday. Today is no different. He rushes his way just to be together with Anna. What are you doing? Watching TV? It's weird not seeing you reading a book. What's on TV? I don't know. So you didn't watch it? I watched it, I just don't care enough about what's on it. It's some random news about increasing car prices. It doesn't concern Will nor Anna, but she puts the TV on that anyway. Even though it doesn't make her sad or happy, it's just distracting. It's better than silence. I bought you some bread? Thanks. But I didn't buy her bread. Is the food still bad? I think it will stay bad even after 10 years. Huh, I can see that. But I'm starting to get used to it. It's not that bad now. I see. If you need something good other than bread, just tell me. I think I'm allowed to bring some food other than the bread here. As long as it is healthy. Healthy. At this time, whether it's Will or Anna, neither of them like this word. The word always stops whatever they're doing. Making the air awkward, sometimes even a little tense. But if you already bought some, just put it in the fridge. I'll get some later. Oh, yeah, you can get some later. I'll just do that. Light from the window starts to get yellow. While it becomes a little bit brighter, the shadows also become a little bit thicker. The tray is not fully open, so most of the room is almost plain dark. That includes Anna. It's starting to get dark. Yeah, it's almost past 6 now. How long can you stay here? I don't know, probably until 9, but I can just wait until the nurses kick me out. That's going to be more entertaining than watching that TV. Really? Yeah. What will you do after I leave? You bought some food, right? I guess I'll empty the fridge first? That's not like you. I thought you would finish all those books in one night, or think of something interesting. What kind of reading speed do you think I have? Anna looks at the pile of books by her side, and then out the window. She might be trying to find something interesting in her head, but she stays silent for quite some time. Will starts cutting some bread while he waits for her answer. However, even after the lights start to fade, she keeps looking out the window and stays silent. It's like she can't think of anything, even though normally she would just say or do something so random out of the blue. So, did you think of something interesting? This is a hard question. Well, you don't have to answer if you don't have any answer. Oh yeah, Chloe said the renovation is almost finished. Really? She said the library would be renovated too, right? Yeah, we can go there after you leave. That's something interesting that we can look forward to. Yeah, maybe I'll find a new book in those libraries now. That's right, you can always find an interesting book. Because all of them are interesting. Really? I don't find cooking books interesting. You can always find some really interesting food in them, right? That's what makes them really interesting. If you say so. So, that's it. The first thing I'll do is visit the renovated library. It's also been a while since we helped Chloe around the orphanage. Yeah, that is something we can look forward to. The two are silent. They are both looking at the TV. It's still talking about car prices. But just like Anna, Will doesn't care. As long as the both of them watch TV or anything together, then the detail doesn't matter. Both of them are silently looking at the TV until it's completely dark. Do you remember what you said that day? What day? You said you want to live for someone else? You say you no longer want anything for yourself, so you want to live for someone else. Oh, yeah, I did say that. What will you do if you can't live for me anymore? Anna delivers her question like it's some small tank. She is even still munching bread on her mouth. However, for Will, that's the scariest question he ever heard. A what-if question. A question about something that might or might not, so it might not matter at all in the end. But still, Will doesn't want to entertain it. Where is this coming from? Anna was about to say something that Will needed to hear, something really important, something about the future. Anna? However, she didn't say anything, instead she's holding her own body, tightly. Are you okay? Wait, I'll call the doctor. Will understands what's going on and runs outside to call for the doctor. The doctor arrived with the nurses to do her treatment. It was just like any other day. Everything seemed fine. Fine, but little did he know it was their last moment together. A couple of hours after her treatment, more and more nurses with equipment came to Anna's room. Will was powerless and could only watch from a distance. Anna suffered from complications that led to organ failure. Before he knew it, she was gone, lying in bed lifeless. Anna was dead. Remembering those dreadful memories, Will suddenly opened his eyes. He tried to catch his breath. His face is pale, his body is trembling. He has been lying around for a while, but his body is tired. A moment later, Will is wet and freezing, but he still doesn't want to go back to that empty apartment. His state of mind is a mess. His body is weak. He doesn't know where to go or what to do. He feels so sick. I hate this. I just hate everything. Will suddenly feels a sharp pain in his head, then he throws up. Ugh. I don't want to go home. His head is empty, his eyes are cloudy. He stands up, without knowing his legs start moving by themselves. His mind forgets what his body remembers. His mind denies the pain, yet his body seeks for comfort. Without knowing, he starts walking to the only other place that he used to call home. The orphanage? Will arrives at Chloe's orphanage. The orphanage is as well as it could be. It has seen better years, but at the very least, it is well maintained. As Will is nearing the entrance, he spots a familiar figure. The figure is Tim's. Like Anna and Will, he also grew up in the orphanage, so they are quite close. Tim seems to be fixing something near the entrance. There, that should do it. Who knows the random stuff Chloe teaches would come in handy like this. Thankfully, the rain stopped. Will! Oh my god, Will, what are you doing? Have you been bathing in the rain? You were soaking. Let's get you inside. Tim carries Will inside and calls their caretaker. Chloe, can you hear me? What is it, Tim? Lower your voice. You can wake up the children. So, did you fix the bell? Oh my, William? Chloe knows how hard it is for Will since Anna's death, so she doesn't say a single word. Immediately, she takes some towels and clothes and gives it to William. It is clear that William is not in a good shape whatsoever. Dry yourself and use these. Will dries himself and changes into new clothes. When he comes back from the bathroom, he smells the familiar scent. Chloe prepares a hot cocoa to warm his body. Drink this, Will, then rest. You can sleep in an empty bedroom on the second floor. We can talk tomorrow. Thank you, Chloe. The next morning, Will gets up late, showing that he was exhausted last night, and maybe because it's been a while since he had a good rest, he feels a little refreshed. He then thinks he's late for work, but then realizes it's Saturday. Will takes a bath and then goes to the orphanage kitchen. He sees Tim's, Chloe, and some of the orphanage caretakers are preparing lunches for the children. Oh, William, looks like you're finally awake. Looks like you have a good rest. You looked like shit yesterday, bro. Tim's, mind your manners. What if the children hear you? Fine, Chloe. Anyway, if you have nothing to do, come help us out, Will. Sure. Will helps since he has nothing to do. Afterwards, they had lunch with the children, and it was free time in the orphanage until the afternoon classes. Since it's free time, Will was walking around the orphanage with no purpose in mind until Tim hugged his children from behind. So, what happened last night, Will? Why the ghost suddenly show up like that? I haven't heard from you since, you know. Nothing, Tims. I was just tired. I was just worried about you, man. You know, you can always talk to me, right? I know. Their short reunion was interrupted by a bell that means break time is over. Tim is a teacher and helps teach children extra classes on Saturday. Oh shoot, that's my cue to teach those rascals. They're even more troublesome than us back then, you know? Let's talk again later, okay? Okay, don't be too hard on them now. I'll try. Anyway, catch you later. Tim goes to teach the children. Will watches Tim's class for a bit outside. Seems like he is well liked by the orphanage children. Will smiles a little, then walks away. He walks around the orphanage and visits the orphanage library. He reminisces about spending his time with Anna a lot here when they were still kids. Chloe walks into the library and finds Will. I had a feeling I'd find you here. She talks about how close he is to Anna, and always spends time here even though he's not really a fan of reading, and will still stay and read with Anna. But why are you here? You're coming back here, even though knowing her, she wants you to move on. You're here. She won't be happy if she knows that you're here, this far back. Then what should I do? Forget everything? Of course not. Then what? Up until now, we've always been together. If I forget now, then we're no longer together. And everything that has happened will lose its meaning. And if I don't, I'll just be here, standing still. No one is telling you to forget, but what would she think if she sees you like this? I know that the two of you complete one another. There's you and there's Anna. If you stop walking, she'll always drag you forward. If you stop running, you'll always carry her on your back. However, now there's only one left of the two of you. If when you stop walking, stop running, can't be dragged, can't be carried on your back, do you have to stop? If you stop and wait, will she stand up and start to walk again with you? That's why she will want you to keep on walking, to move onwards, Will. Moving onwards does not mean to forget. It's about learning to live a full and happy life, even as you miss and long for what you have lost. It's about remembering and honoring the one we loved while also embracing the beauty and the fullness of the life we still get to live. Move forward with life, embracing the fullness of it, even that our loss becomes part of who we are now. However, words are just words. Without our hearts to accept it, what came out of Chloe's mouth would just be a series of sounds. Nothing will change. Everything will be the same. However, for Will, tomorrow won't be the same. Can I really move onwards without her? Tomorrow will change. Even though my heart aches so much thinking about her, tomorrow will always change. Even now, I still wish she would welcome me home in that apartment. And everything will always change, whether Anna, Chloe, or anyone in his life is still part of his life or not. I know it is difficult, Will, but you are not alone. There are people who cherish you. Try to see what you still have, rather than what you don't. I'm sure she's not happy seeing you blaming yourself like this. Because as someone who has always been there for someone, as someone who always has someone that will be there for him, and as someone who is feared to stand alone in his own journey from now until some far unknown future. What should I do? I am not sure, Will. But I know for sure that you should not hide anymore, and maybe then you will find your answer. The conversation with Chloe encourages Will to go back to his apartment for the first time since the night Anna died. Will arrives at his apartment. He takes a good look into his apartment without a clouded thought and realizes that it is a freaking mess. Maybe I should clean for a bit. He then cleans the apartment, and after a while he sees Anna's stuff that he brought back from the hospital. On the top was the last book that she ever read. Will sees it up and remembers a fond memory that he has. Will, hey, William. Oh, what is it, Anna? Where were you? You seem to be in a world of your own just now. Really? Well, I was just wondering if this is a dream, you know? Because it feels like a dream, spending every day with you. Anna then hits Will with the book she is reading. Ouch, what was that for? It hurts, right? That means you're not dreaming. Will lets out a weak smile, remembering that, and he picks up the book. When he flips the page, a paper falls out of the book. He picks up the paper and turns out it was a letter from Anna. I knew it. Can I read the letter? I don't know how much longer I can last. If you're reading this, that means I'm no longer in this world. I bet you're crying or more probably in denial, right? I'm sorry that I had to go first. I'm not afraid of death, Will. What I'm afraid of is leaving you alone. You're the type to hold everything in yourself and not share with others. But as this book says, bad things will happen, but there is more good than bad. So don't be sad for too long, okay? There's more happiness than sorrow. There's more life than death. It is all around us as long as we are open to it. And while there's still so many things I want to do, I won't be able to do those things, but that's alright. So please do those things on my behalf. Okay? Or I'll haunt you for the rest of your life. I'm not joking, okay? I mean it. Hey. Well, you know what? I'm really grateful for all the time we spent together. I have lived this life with no regrets. I'm glad to know you, to have you in my life. Thank you, Will. I love you forever and always. Anna. I know she would have left that note in the book, you know. After reading the letters for the first time after the incident, Will cried. He had finally accepted the situation and properly let his emotion through. And that concludes Will's story, at least for now. For now. It is a story of acceptance and to move onwards. Suddenly the children scream with excitement. Chloe knows who's just arrived. Is it Will? Or is it Tim's? It's probably Will or Tim and Tim's. Oh, or both. Chloe smiles knowing that William is going to be alright. As she puts away her diary, she walks outside, leaving the library with a smile on her face. It's Finn. That's the end of Memoria. Yeah, this is a very sweet and touching story. basically a story about acceptance and of losing a loved one and how difficult it is to live life with someone that you cared, live a life without someone that you deeply cared about and wanted to spend the rest of your life with. And it is really difficult to move on from losing a loved one. I personally haven't experienced something like that. Hopefully not for a very long time, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Bye.